Oh.
There it goes.
Oh, hey, Johnny, how are you? Are you going
He was
with
waiting for us.
Going with the ticker? There. You're going backwards. Hey, how come
That'll
you're
be different. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hi, Johnny. If you want to sit in the background, you can, Johnny. You want me to send you a link?
It's been a long day.
Oh, there's 6 people on now.
Well, hello, everybody. How are you? Did everybody else get snow? Because we got about like 13 inches or some crap like that.
And if you guys don't know, I'm Thack with AOK Forging and Adventures, and he is
Steve Brahms with Steve Brahms.
There we go.
Or yep. Willie with Steve Brahms, or
something like that,
Steve,
right?
Willie Brahms. I'll answer to all of them. It don't matter.
Yeah. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about why we don't see Willie from January till November. Yeah, farming. So, if you guys don't know, hi, Kaylin. If you guys don't know, Willie is, I guess, part owner, right? You're part owner of 3B Farms. 3B Farms. So you start basically farming from January, actually end of December, right? Basically. Yeah, because I remember right before Christmas, you were already out there working.
Yep, getting stuff cleaned up.
Yep. So tell us about your operation first, and then we'll go to questions. How's that sound?
Okay. We have 33 acres. That was an old apple orchard that was planted in 1934-ish. They were supposed to get their first apples in the Armistice Day freeze. I think it's 42 or 44. I forget what year it was, and froze all the apples off. My parents purchased the orchard in 13 years ago, like 07-ish. And then we've been growing, or we've had bees, honeybees, since like 92-ish. And that way we have that. We've done honeybees. My mom started taking our excess honey to farmers markets, and then they've always had a garden, and so she started taking some extra produce with her, and then we started planting produce to sell, and then we purchased the orchard in 2007 to expand. So then we had the apples, the vegetables, and the honey. We have now put in a hydroponic tomato greenhouse that holds 630 tomato plants, plus 52 pepper plants and 104 cucumber plants usually. We have now put in a second little greenhouse to start stuff. So now we're selling flowers and vegetable plants like you would see at a nursery. And we are working on putting up our second bay of our greenhouse. It's one that connects at the rain gutter. And so it'll make it a 60 by 96, so we can double everything we have in there. Plus, we're working on putting up a little hoop building to help expand what we can grow. We grow somewhere in the 8 to 10 acres of vegetables with our corn maze. We do a corn maze and pumpkin patch in the fall. Hay rides, apples. Usually we make cider, but last year we didn't because we had a really poor apple crop because of late frost. And yeah, I think that's about what I can remember.
What is hydroponics?
Hydroponics is grown in water. We do not grow our tomatoes in dirt or soil. We actually grow it in perlite, which has no nutritional value, but we add fertilizer water to the plants every half hour during the daylight. Our pump runs for like a minute or two. That way it'll refresh it, and then it recycles the water back, and so that way we're not losing any nutrients or spilling it on the ground or anything. But hydroponic, hydro water, it's growing vegetables with, or growing plants with water.
How many times like do you change that out every 5 years? What do you?
The perlite?
Yeah.
The perlite, usually we don't have. The perlite usually doesn't go bad. We have very hard water with lime. I think we're getting a lime buildup, and so we are going to change it now to see if that helps with our pH issues. Because this year we had kind of a pH issue, but we're trying to see if that did it or not. And so we're going to try it. But usually perlite will not go bad. It's exploded volcanic rock, if I remember right. It looks like little bitty popcorns. If you've ever got potting soil and it has the little bitty white bead things in there.
Yeah, those little styrofoam
that's
things?
perlite.
Oh, so it's not styrofoam?
No, it's not styrofoam. It's like popped volcanic rock. They take it and superheat it, and it pops like popcorn.
Wow. All this time I've been was like, why do they keep putting styrofoam in my soil? Is it because
it's not? It's perlite. They use it for drainage.
Oh, I thought they were like being cheap and
nope.
just hooking up my soil with styrofoam. Nope. All right, Willie. So what all do you grow at 3B Farms?
A lot of stuff.
Yep.
Let me see if I can remember everything. Asparagus. Well, let me just go through a book. Which one is this? Oh, that's the root book. Let's go through the Harris book. I do have lots of catalogs because we do lots of vegetables.
Oh, somebody has a question for you. Sorry. Use
as insulation and concrete too. You can, like the rocket stoves, they use it a lot because it takes the heat. It won't melt or anything, and it's kind of cool stuff. But yeah, they use it inside the burner in the rocket stoves a lot because it takes the heat really, really well. We do asparagus, green beans, 2 or 3 different kinds, beets, broccoli, carrots, cabbage, sweet corn. I usually plant about an acre of sweet corn. We do some herbs, different ones. That varies every year. We grow Indian corn or ornamental corn. We do grow some popcorn, cucumbers, eggplant, garlic gourds, lots of gourds and pumpkins, kale. That's the herb section. I already said that. We do mixed lettuce. We sometimes grow muskmelons and watermelons, depending on if we have time for them. Onions, peppers, several different kinds, usually mostly sweet. We do grow a few jalapenos and cayennes, potatoes, pumpkins. We grow a lot of pumpkins. We have usually about an acre or so of pumpkin patch. Lots of different colors and shapes. Radishes, usually 4 or 5 different kinds.
You have 2 questions.
Rhubarb, spinach. I'm told that guano is amazing fertilizer. It probably is. All manure is good fertilizer.
And welcome, Uncle Al. He's got a question for you too.
Root crop. Yes, we grow some root crops: potatoes, garlic, onions, radishes.
Oh, I never even thought about garlic and onions being a root crop, but they are, aren't they?
Yeah, they grow underground.
Okay. All right. Keep going. Now.
Zucchini, yellow summer squash, fall squash, the acorns, the patty pan or butternuts, the blue Hubbards, buttercups and butternuts, tomatoes. We grow tomatoes. Last year we picked about 7,000 pounds of tomatoes, big slicers and cherries.
What was your biggest weight last year?
I don't remember. I want to say it was like almost 2 pounds. I got a picture of it. I posted on Facebook, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
We pick enough of them that I forget what is what. Turnips and watermelons if we have space and time. We do apple trees or apples. We did do some flowers this year for the first time. Sunflowers. Broom corn.
Oh, they're just chatting.
I just was looking. I just saw it pop up. But I think that's about everything. Kohlrabi. I didn't say kohlrabi. We grow a lot of kohlrabi. I hope I didn't forget anything.
Yeah, it sounds like you do grow quite a bit of stuff. Now, in December, let's go through your process. December, what are you doing?
We clean out our big greenhouse where the tomatoes go and take all the old vines out and take all the old clips, wash everything down, sterilize it, get it ready to go. That usually takes a little bit. And then if we have time, we prune apple trees and work in the orchard. And then we have our little one. We go through and get it ready so we can start planting stuff. Carrots, yes, we grow carrots. We get it all ready, and that way we can start. We usually plant our tomato seeds the end of December, 1st of January. That way we can, here the second week of February is usually where we shoot for getting them transplanted into the big greenhouse if it's ready. And that way they can take off. And then we start seeds for our plants that we're going to sell and grow. Right now I've got 15 trays of onions growing, about 1,000.
How many is that?
1,000 seeds planted.
Wow. Wow.
And then I started on my second bag, which is 5,000, and I've got, I don't know, about 300 or 400 of them planted. I don't have very many of them planted yet. And what else do I have? Well, I started my wife's in Karabi Seeds because she's hungry for Karabi and nobody has them. And so I started like 12 seeds and
wow. I like the Karabi in my kimchi.
Probably it's a cabbagey type.
Yeah.
People either really like it or they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Usually you don't hear anybody that say they don't like it. They either don't know what it is or they really like it.
Yeah.
We sell a lot.
So what's the next plant going up?
The next plant I put in?
Mm-hmm.
I have to look at dates. I have peppers started. I'll probably start a bunch more peppers when that stuff comes in. I am still waiting on some of our seeds. They're taking a little longer than they usually do. I do have some flowers that I probably will need to start getting ready here shortly. We did order some plugs this year, flower plugs, and it is going to. They're supposed to be in, I think, the middle of February is what they're shooting for. I don't know if we'll get them then. I haven't heard for sure when they're supposed to come in. But then we've got, I don't know, like 2,000 flower plugs to plant.
Oh, wow.
And we have some herbs started. I have herbs started right now. Rosemary and thyme, because they take so stinking long to get going. I probably need to get some more herbs started also. Some of them just take so long to get super big. So we have some really nice looking ones. But I start with the stuff that takes the longest to get ready. And some of the stuff like the broccoli and cabbage, they take off pretty quick and you can put them out really early because they'll even take a frost on them and not hurt them because they're a cold weather crop. And so we'll get some of them going. We'll probably plant, I don't know, a couple hundred of each. But yeah, we're probably about a month behind. I've still got to order my sweet corn seed, but we're a month behind on getting it, but we're pretty close to where we need to be. I started some stuff awful early. I do have some patio tomatoes coming, seed. I would really like to get a few of them started so I can get some really big ones, because I just got some great big, like 4 or 5 gallon pots we could put them in. And that way we can get them pretty good sized for people. That way they'll get ready a little bit quicker. But then it just keeps going and adding, and we'll probably start 1,000 tomato seeds. Well, we'll probably start more than that. We'll probably start 1,200 to 1,400 tomato seeds before we're done. Couple hundred broccoli and cabbage. Peppers, I probably have 500-600 of them before we're done.
There you go.
Well, I didn't know any vegetables were native to the planet Jupiter, but yes, you can eat the leaves. Most people just don't. Most people peel them and eat them. You can cook them. We eat them raw.
Cool.
We eat all the weird stuff, the stuff with the splits. Just a second, I'm going to sneeze, I think. Okay, now I turned my head and it went away. I was trying to be polite. Just all of a sudden, I got that tingle in my nose. I was going to sneeze, and so I was like, I can't do that on air.
So tell us what plant usually comes in first. I know you always try to grow
the first
them.
thing I do is tomatoes, because we put them in our greenhouse.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, I know you grow them in a certain order, hoping to that they will all harvest around the same time for your markets, right?
Yeah, we try to have stuff ready in May, because see, we start getting into March and April when the weather starts getting nice and it gets fit out. We will take it and we'll start planting radishes and lettuce. Chinese broccoli, no, we don't. We just grow regular. I hate to say it, most of the markets we go to are predominantly white. So we don't have a whole lot of the ethnic people around, so that would take a lot of that different stuff. I'm not sure what that means. I want to
try shady tolerant
shade tolerant plants,
because her deck doesn't get direct sunlight.
I'll have to look into it. I'm not 100%. Most vegetables like full sun, you get the best out of them, but you can grow them in the shade also. Part of them. I just don't remember which ones are which.
See, we were trying to get Willie to come to the Des Moines one, but you know what? He's already doing well enough. There are a lot of Asians in the Des Moines one.
We do 6 farmers markets a week.
I know you already have enough.
Between Mom and I, the two of us, and we have help on certain other days. But between the two of us, my wife comes with me to most of them when she can. That we do 6 markets a week. Last year was 6. The year before was 7, and I just didn't have time to work in the garden like I should, to keep the weeds down and keep up with stuff. It's just, and we grew a lot of stuff last year.
Yep, you did.
We picked somewhere.
You had plants too. Are you going to do plants this year?
Flowers and vegetable plants. Yep, we're starting to get that stuff ready. I am going to try to get a bunch more stuff for me. I want to expand what I usually plant on some of that. The onions, I had the best onion crop I've ever had, and so I'm trying to duplicate it this year, and hopefully we can do that. I had some, I don't know, 4.5 to 6 inch freaking. They were huge. They were bigger than softball size onions. They were absolutely huge. A greenhouse, yes. I'm going to try and make a haha. Do you ever get asked if sweet corn is non-GMO? Yes, I guess the GMO question is huge with everything. And it's kind of one of my things that drives me nuts because most people that ask about it have no idea what it is. There's a very limited number of crops that is actually GMO. And honestly, I'm not scared of any of it. The reputable studies show no difference. There are some one-sided ones that instead of taking a broad spectrum look at it, narrow it down so far it fails every time. We are wanting to grow more of this, hopefully with some of the equipment. Yep. Yeah, we bought a couple.
So for the people out there that don't know,
Sean is my brother.
Oh no. Explain to them what GMO is.
It's genetically modified organisms is what it stands for. What they do is instead of breeding, like we use corn because everybody knows corn is GMO. Most corn is GMO, yellow corn, field corn. What they do is they take it in a lab and they breed it in a lab instead of out in the wild, out in the fields. They can take, instead of taking something that takes 16 to 20 years to perfect the seed crossing, they can do it in like 2 years. What they've done is just shrunk it down so far. They are not pulling stuff out of different plants and adding it in. You can't do that because if you would take rhino DNA and insert it into a person, you know what it does? Nothing, because it won't do anything. It's not right. You just can't do it. Yes, they can. They take other plants and they see how it works. Their DNA is. They adjust the DNA so that way you can get better traits like more corn. More corn per acre, longer ears, thicker corns, all kinds of stuff. Yes, you can breed chemical resistance because there are weeds that now the chemicals like Roundup will not kill because they have built the resistance up. There is ways you can manipulate plants to do that. It just...
Something happened to your audio, Willie.
I don't know what I did.
I don't know either. You just went a little bit. No, you just went higher pitch.
I don't know. I didn't do anything to my phone.
Huh. Okay, it's all right.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
I didn't do anything.
We can still hear you. We can still hear you. It's just a little bit off.
It's off.
Yeah.
My furnace started. I didn't know if that would affect it, but
no. I mean, yeah, you sound like a little girl instead of you now.
That's not good. This face doesn't look little girlish. Like you're in a tunnel. Oh, it sounds like I'm in a tunnel. I'm still in my basement.
Well, let me see if I go back to.
Do you want me to push the leave and log back in?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. You want to try it? I don't know.
I don't know. I just pushed this. Is it better now?
No.
Is it better now?
No. Oh, that works.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
There. I didn't even log myself out.
Hey, there you go. All right. So, that was GMO. Let's talk. This was a big topic with you and me one time that we did talk about. Organic.
Pointless.
What?
Pointless.
All right.
It costs more money to grow the same amount of stuff. It takes more space to grow the same amount of stuff. You have lots of... It's just crazy. It's a marketing scheme. All it is a marketing scheme. There is no nutritional difference. Most of the organic pesticides that are illegal to use are more toxic to people than the synthetic stuff. All it is synthetic and natural occurring. No, I can't say it. And arsenic of lead. Arsenic of lead is organic. It is toxic as hell to people. Very toxic. But it's a great insecticide. Legal and organic. Because it's natural occurring from the ground. And 7 or 8 from the hardware store is not, even though the 8 you can use in your house. It is that safe to use. You can use it on your house plants.
Because I remember I had told you once that I think that organic food, people that use poop on their food, is usually what gets recalled at the grocery stores. Organic.
Yes and no. Usually that's a contamination from people.
You think so?
They don't wash their hands as well as they should when they go to the bathroom. Or it's a cross-contamination thing is usually what happens. Yes, we have chickens. They are not free range because we have bald eagles. Bald eagles eat chickens very, very fast. So we have a big run for them in the chicken house, and then they have a run that they can go out. That way they can spend time outside, root in the dirt and all that stuff. And we feed them grain and chicken feed, sunflower seeds, kind of.
And we also have a lot of coyotes and coyotes in that area, right?
Bobcat.
Yeah,
mountain lion. The neighbor had a picture of a mountain lion on his trail cam in his yard the year we purchased the orchard.
Wow.
I seen a picture of it. There was one. I don't know if we've had any because we haven't had the deer people. But I just, yeah, we can't. Again, yes, it's better for them to be able to roam around a little bit, but we have a garden that we do not really want the chickens in because chickens carry E. coli. E. coli makes people sick. If somebody would eat our food, get E. coli, and die, they sue us. Their family sues us, and we lose lots of money. So we don't free range. But that's my opinions.
Yeah. So, what all do you have for everybody if they were to come out to 3B Farms?
We have salad dressings, jellies, beeswax products, honey. My mom makes apple pies, frozen, so you can take them home and bake them yourself. Vegetables, flowers, plants. We have dried gourds, pumpkins. We do have a playground area for people if they come in the fall. We'll have the corn maze and hay rides. We usually have on Saturdays for sure. Usually we have some sort of a food, be it hot dogs or pulled pork or something like that. Nachos.
Now, Uncle Al, Dive Bullfrog 79, said don't put the eggs in the refrigerator. Now, do you refrigerate? Because I know you sell eggs. So
we have to. It's required by law.
Required by law. And you want to tell them your interesting eggs that you do sell, not just chickens, but
we do have duck and turkey eggs. We've had quail eggs, but we don't have any more quail. The last one passed away. But yeah, ducks and chickens, turkeys.
Oh my God, what the heck?
Did it mess up again?
No, I messed up, not you.
Oh.
my computer started messing up, so it's not you.
Yay, it wasn't me this time.
Yeah, it's detecting problems of some sort or something. That was not me. That was not me. So, anyways, yep. So they want to know how's the turkey eggs.
They're bigger than chickens.
Yeah,
otherwise, for the most part, they taste the same.
They're spotted.
Yeah, they're speckled.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have, I don't know what's going on with my computer right now. Can you hear me?
I hear ya.
Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, Janice, you can come to the camp. Right?
Yeah, we're shooting for open the 1st of April to be open at the greenhouse.
Yep. And then here's this.
And I called dibs on a turkey egg at the camp. I've never had one. Sounds probably a good idea. Depends on if they lay. Turkeys don't lay like chickens. You just never know when they start laying. So it just depends. I don't know if they're good pickled. I don't like pickled eggs.
Okay, and then let's see. Oh, okay, let's see here. So I was frozen. Okay, that's fine. All right. Hey, Jay, how are you? Welcome back to the world, I guess. He's been gone for a couple weeks with his job. So I'm going to tell you, I had the turkey egg, and I thought it was more rich.
I hear that. I know the duck eggs are more rich.
Yep. Yes. Now, the duck egg, I liked boiled. You know, like a boiled egg.
They say they use them a lot in baking because it makes the cake fluffier.
I didn't try that because I only bought 2 of each. 2 duck eggs, 2 turkey eggs. Now, yes, the turkey egg was richer, bigger, and everything. I did not like it boiled. I liked it scrambled. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the duck egg, I didn't like scrambled, but I liked it boiled. So, you think you're gonna ever raise some quails?
We have, but I don't. They're kind of a pain and they're finicky, and they're so little.
Yes, Uncle Al, I love blute eggs. Yep. All right, so then you do markets in the spring and summer.
Our first farmers market will start in the first Thursday of May. I think it's Thursday or Saturday.
Wow.
Depends on which one's first. It'll be Thursday or Saturday of May, and we'll have stuff ready for the market. Vegetables, asparagus and rhubarb, radishes, lettuce, usually. Yeah, and so then we'll start farmers markets there. Most of ours, the 2 of them start in May. The rest of them will start in June 1st, the 1st of June. And that'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 2 of them on Saturday. And then we go to farmers markets, and then we start selling lots and lots of stuff. And hopefully 1st of May we'll be picking tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's always our goal. 1st of May.
How many varieties do you usually grow of your tomatoes?
In the greenhouse, anywhere from 1 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
The one that we've been using religiously is getting really, really hard to find.
Oh.
The patent on the seed is up, and they are not wanting to sell it anymore.
Okay. The patent on the seed.
Yep. It's a hybrid.
Okay. All right. I was like, what? I didn't know they could patent seeds, but I guess
that's why you can't save all seeds technically.
All right. So now we got to get to the main thing that I've been, asking you about, right? Loofah.
Let me see which book it's in. I don't remember which.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it before it started. I was gonna look before we started, but then we were talking other stuff and I forgot.
Hi, One Cass. How are you?
Not that. I bet it's in this one.
Chuck, we got 13 inches of snow.
Yes,
13.
it sucks.
Yeah. I think the wind sucked more.
The wind really sucked. I will not argue.
Prep for it says he loves apple rhubarb pie. My rhubarb didn't die, so that's good.
It's good for you too.
The winter, so I finally got one rhubarb plant from Willie.
And I dug it up on the spot for her.
Yep.
Hey, maybe it's not in that one. I should have looked first, because now I don't know which one it was in. Sorry, I'm being a horrible person on here.
All right. Where we go? And then Johnny said, when I lived in Tennessee, there was a thing that people called beefsteak tomato. Are you familiar? Yeah, beefsteak tomato.
They're a different variety. Yeah, they're very, very common.
Yeah, I love them. We are doing well, One Cast. Oh, you got rain. Yep. Awesome.
Well, maybe I don't have it in that one. Did I grab the wrong book?
Well, while you're looking, I didn't do it earlier, so some people have already left. I know Corn-Fed Experience was here, and they have already left. So we have Johnny from Prepping Life. We have Plain Old Chuck. Kyle Anderson was here. We have our good friend Prep For It. We have my wife Brenda. We have Kaylin Strain. We have Uncle Al from Die Bullfrog 79. Folks, go on over and say hi to him. We have Kaylin Strain. Who else am I missing? Oh, One Cat, One Fish joined us. Unpaved Explorer joined us. Who else? We already said Corn-Fed. Janice Butler, welcome. She's always helpful. And we have Willie's brother, Sean Brahms, out there too. Brahms. He joins us every Tuesday. Folks, if you have a topic that you guys would like for us to talk about, please enter it and we will try and get on there. Jason Williams, all the way from Utah, good friend. Welcome. Oh, we have Dick Swanee. He is also in here somewhere. Let's see. Did I say Plain Old Chuck? I know I didn't miss Plain Old Chuck. Right?
Chuck in here, I see him.
All right.
I don't know where it is. I know it's in this book, but now I'm looking while people are waiting on me, and I know I can't find it.
All right. Well, we'll come back to it. Hey, Free America, welcome. And we have Redbird 491. That's all the people in the side chat. They popped in, and I got to say their names right away. All right. So, yeah, Redbird in the house. That is right. If you guys don't know, Redbird 491, that is my Iowa sister, Robin. She used to be Robin Jones. She is now Redbird 491. Please go check her out. We're trying to get her to 300. All right, folks? Well, we're trying to get her to 491 if we can for her name. So get her. Yep. Willie's still looking for a loofah plant.
I know it's in this, but I can't find it.
So while he's doing that, let me tell you guys about a camp that Willie is hosting. It is March 26th, 27th, and 28th, which is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It is a memorial camp for one of our lost YouTubers. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Free America. You did not have to do that, but I do appreciate it. Anyways, Oh, there he goes. He got it. Hold on, Willie. I'm going to put you on a single picture. There you go. Woohoo! That is a Loofah Gourd. There you go. That is awesome. Now, that's edible.
When it's green and small, you
Okay,
can eat them. But then,
Mhm.
if I move my hand the right way, when they dry out, they turn into a loofah.
Now, can you rehydrate that and eat it?
No, because it's like a loofah sponge that you like wash yourself with, a loofah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay.
So no, rehydrating it will not work.
Okay, fantastic. Now I know.
I knew it was in here. I just had to find it. I must have flipped by it about 3 times.
So it is a gourd.
Yes.
Now, how would one really cook that?
I'm not sure. What does it say? It's similar to a okra.
Ooh, so fried in batter.
It's related to the cucumber. It's native to India. When their immature green fruit is prepared in soups and stir fries, when allowed to completely dry out and mature, the skin can be peeled back and the seeds removed to make a popular loofah sponge.
Oh. Sean's promoting 3B Farms.
Yes, come visit us. We're in rural Griswold, Iowa, right on Highway 92.
There we go. Yeah. So let me finish talking about Jeremiah's camp. Well,
Sorry.
actually, you can too. No, you were looking, so that's fine. Yeah, I mean, he is a fallen YouTuber, a very good friend, and in fact, most of us met each other through him. So if you guys would like to come out, like I said, March 26th, 27th, and 28th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it is a free camp. And Willie and Sean usually has everything prepped. You just set up your place and come camp. All right? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, so
if you have any more questions about it, feel free to send me an email at stevebrahms@gmail.com. Just like my name, same. It's in my about page on my YouTube page. And feel free to send any questions you would like answered on that. Also,
Steve.Brahms or Steve Brahms?
Steve Brahms, just all one word.
At
gmail.com.
Boom. Will it let me do it? Oh, it did it. Hey, yes, you can bring an RV.
I have a plug-in. We have 2 RV plugs.
Yep.
It might be too muddy to get you in and out depending on the weather, but depending on how big. But we can make room.
We'll figure it out. You got tractors.
I don't think I have one big enough to pull an RV that far, but we can try.
All right. Free America said something there. Grow your own foods. That's right. And if you can't grow your own food, buy it from Willie. There we go. Let's see. That's it so far.
Any other questions?
All right. So then, after your farmers, here's what's this one? Boom.
It will help, but if you put too much on, you can actually burn the plants and the roots. It's one of them, because sometimes chicken manure is a little bit warm and can cause issues to plants.
What do you mean by warm?
It burns the plants. It's too much fertilizer.
Oh.
Sometimes it needs to be composted before it's put out there to kind of let it calm down.
So then what kind of manure would be best? There you go. That's right. There you go.
If you would want to just put it on the garden straight, rabbit is probably the best to put on without composting. Most places, like we've got a license for vegetable growing, or not a license. We took a class on it. Depending on what it is, you're most likely suggested to compost it for a year, because that way, if there's any pathogens or anything like that, that way it breaks it down a little bit farther, and it's a little bit easier on the plants. If I was going to add manure, I would add it in the fall and probably plow it in really good. When we add manure, or from our animal or livestock, when we add it, we put it into like our corn maze or our field corn that we grow, because then no part of the plant that would be edible would be close to the manure to crop contaminate anything. But then the year after, because we rotate our crops, when the year after, we don't have to worry about it as bad. I've never looked into shipping, because most of the time I've seen the packages I receive. I'd be afraid to ship most of what we grow, because I think it would be pretty well smashed by the time it got there. Not that I would be opposed to doing it. It's just, I don't know how well it would look when it got there. Yes, definitely till it in. I like the plow. It gets it a little deeper, and I like to add the manure as low as we can, because that way it will build below. When the ground dries out with fertilizer on it, and you have the fertilizer in the top inch, that's the first place to dry out, and then it does no good for your plants. We have an old moldboard plow. If you've watched any of my videos, I know I filmed it several times. And then we roll it over, 6 to 8 inches deep. That way it's down there. We're trying to build the top 8 inches of soil, not just the top 2, like a lot of places suggest. I want it as deep as possible, because that just helps everything.
So tell me, let's tell people about the composting. Tell us what, I know it is to make fertilizer. But what are the best things to put in there? Let's talk about that.
You need your browns and your greens, like your dried grass or dried leaves, and grass clippings work really well to make compost. If you add a little fertilizer to it, it helps break it down quicker. But usually if you're hot composting, you're wanting to build, it'll actually build quite a bit of heat, which will help kill the weed seeds or grass seeds or plant seeds that you put in there, and break down it. And it, like if you're adding manure, if you have any like E. coli or anything like that, it helps kill it because of the heat. Straw, wood chips. I've seen people use wood chips. Wood chips take a lot longer to break down. Do not add wood chips tilled into your garden, because it takes a lot of nitrogen to break down wood. And so if you would have it, but wood chips do work really good to use as mulch on the top, but do not till them in, because we've done that. We don't do that. You'll have a spot that doesn't work good. So
you probably won't have any ready by March, will you?
Depends on the weather. I've had stuff. Odds are I probably won't have a whole lot ready. Maybe some lettuce. I don't know. Depends.
So
it depends. It's all weather dependent. My job is.
So you don't want thousands of acres, but you want a pretty big operation. Now, what I want to know is, because I hear about alternating crops. Do you do that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you keep growing the same thing in the same spot all the time, you can build up bugs that affect it, or you can, if you do, I was reading and now I forgot what I was saying. If you plant the same stuff in the same spot, you can build up diseases and bugs in the soil that affect it. If you keep rotating it, it's better for the soil and everything else, and then you don't have build up issues.
Oh.
So you should always rotate.
So almost like, hate to say it, inbreed animals, right? They bring up diseases and stuff like that too, right?
Inbreeding will, yeah, but and then it, like, we'll just say tomatoes. If I grew tomatoes in the same spot every time, tomatoes like certain nutrients better than others, so it will deplete that area of all of that nutrient and get it all out of whack, and you can really cause problems, and it's hard to get it back to where it is. So that's why we just move it around everywhere.
Now, why is this part? Maybe keep an eye on earthworms?
Earthworms are good. That means you have healthy soil. The
Oh,
more
okay.
earthworms you have, and you can go to the store and buy worm castings. That's worm poo. It's very,
Really?
very high in nutrients. You can use it as fertilizer.
Wow.
So it's really good. So the more worms you have, the better, but you need stuff for them to eat. We had a worm farm in the house.
Your worms for my fishing.
Can, but
So, hey, Square Table. Hi, Hike and Deep. Welcome to both of you. Yeah, we are just having a very interesting conversation. I never knew about the keep an eye out for earthworms. I thought they were everywhere. So you're saying they won't be everywhere. You're saying they won't be everywhere if
yeah, they think of places where they need food. If there's no food for them, they won't be there. Cat poop, usually you don't want to, because they usually say herbivore is best, because cat and dog and even people can have unhealthy pathogens in them, and that's where you start getting some issues. I'm sure you could break it down, because I know in other countries they use human poop. Humanure is what they call it. They use it in certain places, but I'm always kind of leery about it, because I don't want to get people sick. And see, and that's the difference. I don't have a home garden. I'm not eating the stuff myself. I'm selling it to do it. And so I really have to kind of an extra step watch, so to make sure it's completely 100% safe. If I get myself sick, that's one thing. If I get somebody else sick, that's a lawsuit. So I really got to watch a little bit more than some people.
So then you don't want to use the cat poop and dog poop in the compost at all?
I would personally, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Just, you're looking at maybe causing issues, and I err at the side of caution.
Okay.
Coffee grounds is great.
Okay. Look at that.
It is used, but again, you're growing a kernel of rice up on the top. I get in the right screen, on the top of the plant instead of the bottom, which limits how you could get sick. I wouldn't grow potatoes in it, because it's growing in the dirt.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't. I'm sure it's been used elsewhere in other countries, but I like to. Coffee grounds are really great in compost, but I like to be cautious, because again, I'm selling stuff to people, which does put a different perspective on it, and that's why we do grow as much. If I had a garden in my backyard, I would not have near as big of a garden as I do. You know, everybody says gardening is so relaxing. It stresses me out. But
well, folks, I just realized that Square Table is a veteran, so I want to thank you for your service, sir. And in November, if you don't know, I have a camp that honors all veterans of all stations, and I usually cook a big meal for them and everything else. So if you would ever like to come in November, Square Table, Veterans Day weekend is when we usually do it. And there will be a lot of veterans there. This will be our 5th annual one. Okay? So, Hike and Deke
In
said
Southwest Iowa.
in Southwest Iowa, you'll see a bunch of my videos on it. So Hike and Deke says it's enriches the soil. So do we put the coffee grounds straight in the soil or in the compost?
In the compost.
In the compost. Okay.
If you have a worm farm, you can use it. It's one of the things they tell you to feed them. They eat that really good.
Is this part true?
I have no idea.
We don't know.
In all the movies, they use it to smuggle cocaine, but I don't know anything about that either.
Smuggle cocaine, yeah.
I don't even know if they do it. They just do it in the movies, so.
Well, I heard that some people have put it in plastic bags and put it in bleach, and the dogs can still sniff them out. So I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, some of these dogs are amazing. But
Yeah.
anyway, okay, let's say end of your season because it's getting going. So
after the farmers markets end in
Yep.
end of August, in September there. September we start our pumpkin patch. We open up the first Tuesday after Labor Day, and we open that up and we run pumpkins and the apples and the hay rides. We have a playground. We have animals, chickens, a pony, a donkey, and a cow. Hopefully some other animals. Lots of stuff. We have a huge sandbox. We have an apple launcher, which is a great big water balloon slingshot that you get to shoot apples at stuff. Kind of fun. And then we do that until Halloween. And then in November, we work on getting everything put back away. And the corn maze combine.
Corn maze, yep. Yep. But anyways, Willie, I mean, I know you work all the time. And you know I'm a huge supporter of you because I believe American grown, American bought, American support. I believe in healthy eating. I believe
Fresh
in
food.
supporting fresh food and supporting your local businesses. So yeah.
I don't know. A grenade launcher would be fun to play with once.
But I want you guys to know that our biggest product that we buy from Willie are the honey. Everybody and the apple butter.
Apple butter. You buy a lot of it. It's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did not know that.
Hike and Deke. How do you know that, Hike? we didn't know that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Well, anyways, like I said, we don't see Willie much. Basically, from the end of December all the way until
I take a weekend off in March.
Yeah, you take a weekend off in March. You take one weekend off in November. But you're still working because you feed the animals.
I'm there every day doing chores typically.
Yep. So
even if I'm just there for a little bit, I'm there pretty well every day for something.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for all you do for the local Iowans and for everything else. You know, this was a great talk. So
does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, anybody have questions?
Have I pretty well covered everything? Everybody's an expert gardener now.
To be honest, I still just buy from Willie. Oh my goodness gracious. You got this whole thing going now with the apple launcher and grenade launchers. uh, all right. So Willie, thank you so much. It looks
No
like
problem.
can we smoke bud at the vet? Yes, you absolutely can. Away
Can
from
we
me.
what?
Can they smoke bud?
I would prefer not. It's illegal in Iowa.
It is illegal in Iowa. Yeah, we
jail.
still don't do it. Yeah. Hey, there's a question from Free America to you.
I have tomatoes that are about this tall right now.
And
So
you
I've already started them.
after,
I started them the 1st of January.
yeah.
And I've got onions in, but they take a little bit. I've got peppers up, big bell peppers. I have kohlrabi up. From now on, I'll be starting stuff. The most sustainable winter crop. Where I live, nothing. Everything dies.
Yeah, he has
garlic we do plant in the fall and it overwinters, but unless you have a greenhouse of some sort, some protection, where we live, nothing will grow through the winter. You might have it again in the spring, but the ground's froze. You can't dig. I've heard of people overwintering carrots. That way they don't have to worry about them going bad. But you'd have to go out there with a pickaxe to get them dug up right now if the ground froze. So if you had a greenhouse, I know a lot of people grow spinach and greens all winter. But when will I harden them off? Depends on the weather. I look at the Weather Channel app on my phone 3 or 4 times.
What does that mean?
When you have them in the greenhouse, they're used to a warm temperature and high humidity. You start getting them out of the heat, and a lot of times when it's nice out, we'll take them and just set them outside so they get used to the cooler temperatures and the wind and all of that. And that way it makes them hardier and harden off is kind of a great way to look at them. Because otherwise, if you take them out from where it's in a really, really cold or from the really warm in the greenhouse to the cold, they might actually just die. So you got to kind of gradually let them in. Depending on what the weather looks like, I've had radishes ready in March. I've also not had any ready until May, and they take 25 to 28 days to get ready from seed. And we seed them into the garden. We don't transplant them or anything. But it just depends on weather. Where we live, it might be just absolutely beautiful or whatever. I mean, it just might be a complete crap hole. It's just.
Yeah, last year I remember you started a few things early, and then all of a sudden that frost.
It got cold.
Yeah.
And it stayed cold, and it stayed cold, and it stayed cold, and I'm like, really wish I was planting stuff outside. But a lot of times, the broccoli and cabbage and stuff, we'll stick it out and it'll get frost on. Sometimes our onions will get it doing. It's just kale is one of the greens that definitely does well over winter. Spinach. I see a ton of people growing spinach in not greenhouses, hoop buildings. They're unheated. They look like the plastic greenhouses, but they don't have heat in them. They'll grow them all winter.
Oh, wow. I didn't. That's weird.
Spinach is a really cold, hardy crop, too.
Okay.
And a
have
lot.
Have you ever thought about doing Brussels sprouts?
No.
No? I love them.
The only problem with Brussels sprouts, they take so stinking long to get ready. They're like 120 some day crop. Usually by the time they get ready, our markets are closed.
Okay.
So I usually don't worry about them. I don't. We've tried them many, many times, and it's usually, gosh, I don't know. It's usually, end of October before we even worry about picking them. And they sell, but I just don't have a market going on at that time. So cauliflower, we don't grow any cauliflower. If it's not bright white like it's in the store, it's hard to sell. And I don't have the time because a lot of them you have to pin the leaves up over the cauliflower plant to get it to turn white, and I don't have time for that.
No, wow.
We just do broccoli. It's easier. It tastes about the same.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Wow. Just like Johnny says, learned a lot tonight. Yes, I saw it. But where did it go? Right there. I'm learning a ton. But then he had to leave. Any more questions? Well, I love Brussels sprouts, Free America. I mean,
my mom loves Brussels sprouts.
I love them fried. I love them baked. I love them broiled. I love them deep fried. Yeah, we go to this one place that deep fries them for us. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then it's just a bunch of balsamic vinegar right on top of it. That's so good. And bacon. Look at that. Chucky! Oh, actually, we had it at my birthday camp, right, Chuck? Yes, we did. So, yeah. All right. Any more questions for Willie? He said barf.
It is. It's gross. I don't like the smell of them.
Oh, boy. Oh, I think the love compared to the non-likes are more.
Just this group of friends.
Uh-huh. Well, Kaylin blanches them and dehydrates them. Look at that.
I throw them in the garbage.
Stop it. All right. Well, Willie, we went a little over an hour, but if anybody has any more questions, I would love for you guys to ask Willie now while, he's here with us, right? I mean, geez. Great information and everything else. Yeah, there is no such thing as a day off for him. So, yep, I think we are going to wind down. Free America is done. Free America, thank you so much for the donation to our live stream. I'll make sure I get some money to Willie soon, too. Folks, I have Willie's channel in the description box. So if you would like, please go check him out. All right, folks, we want to thank Willie for coming on and helping us. Actually, Willie is my co-host every Tuesday, so maybe I should change it to Talk with Thack Tuesdays, and Willie too. I don't know. Anyways, Willie, thank you for always being there every Tuesday to help me out. Folks, I want to thank you.
At least until I get busier.
Yeah, for now, anyways. And I want to thank everybody on the side chat for coming in. Folks, have a great night and have a great week. We'll see you all next Tuesday.
Do we have a topic?
Well, we were going to have cold camping as our topic, but Johnny from Prepping Life was not going to be able to make it. So I am going to change the topic, and I will let you know for sure.
I was just curious. That way I knew what to plan on.
How about you want to do ice fishing?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do ice fishing next weekend. Next Tuesday. Yeah, we'll just fishing in general.
Fishing in
general. Yep. All right, guys. We will
hit the thumbs up if you haven't.
Yep, we will see you all next Tuesday. Until next time, may all your adventures
be A-okay.